am on my way to the first backpacking trip of 2016. These leaves are just starting to come out on the trees. It's in the mid-80s, April 26th, 2016. Had to dodge some hit and miss thunderstorms. I was looking at my phone and there were just all kinds of little pop-up popcorn type thunderstorms all the way down here, and went through an area where it was just pouring like crazy. Hopefully that rain isn't a little bit of foreshadowing of what we got for the next few days. I am heading to the Appalachian Trail, the Roan Highlands of the Appalachian Trail. I'm gonna do 4 days, about 45 miles. My plan is to do a little bit of a different video this time. I want to really get more of the people of the trail, the social interaction. 4 days on the Appalachian Trail in the Roan Highlands. Should be a great trip. Hope you enjoy it. I made it to the Quality Inn in Johnson City, Tennessee. Only about 30 minutes from the Mountain Harbor Bed and Breakfast and Hostel, where we're going to be starting, where I get the shuttle ride tomorrow. I'm going to have breakfast at the Waffle House and do the southern thing. About ready to go. We'll be starting this this little journey, this little hike tomorrow. I'm ready for bed. It is the morning of day number 2 in Johnson City, Tennessee. I am geared up and ready to go. Gonna go over at the Waffle House and get something to eat. About 40 minutes away, I think. Planning to get over there about 8:15. Park the car, explore, and then shuttle start at 9. Geared up, ready to go. First backpacking trip of 2016. Roan Highlands at the Appalachian Trail. Thank you. Waffle House. Nothing better than a Waffle House breakfast before backpacking. It's an iconic place. Gorgeous morning so far. Let's hope it stays that way. Breakfast of champions. When you're on a backpacking trip, it's best to just kind of immerse yourself in the trip, dive in with both feet, sever your emotional, mental ties to the quote real world. But there's that time in between, thinking about what it's going to be like, and what the hill's going to be like, what the people are going to be like. It's like you're making that transition from the real world to the backpacking world, the world without. I'm in that moment. I'm getting to be in that zone right now. Mixture of excitement and wonder and fear. And there's not that many times in life where you get to feel this sort of thing. Time of reflection. I made it to Mountain Harbor Bed and Breakfast in Roan Mountain, Tennessee. And this is where I'll be staying the last day. I'll be walking back in here, so obviously the trail's pretty close. Here's where it starts, and here's where it ends. That's awesome. Good, same pace and everything.
Pretty much. Sometimes we'll be apart for a few hours during the day, but always end up meeting back up somewhere.
Set aside and beginning of the day.
So I'm a little slower on the uphills, so I fall behind it. So I usually head out a little early, and then they catch me.
Yeah, 16, that's it.
We'll see you boys up there.
You a thru-hiker?
Yes, I am. Started March the 21st. Got a little packed in the Smokies.
You gotta stay on the shelters.
Yeah, you have to stay in the shelters, unless the shelters are overflowing, in which case then you can tent. In a 12-person shelter, we'd wind up cramming like 21 people. That was the day we made it up to Klingman's Dome. So they built this observation deck. It's this enormous, ugly-ass concrete monstrosity. It's like half ice, half snow. All of the locals and the day hikers are like treading very, very gingerly, trying not to slip, and us in our 40-pound packs with our trekking poles just going.
How dare you walk
The trash of the AT.
Yeah, I'm the boss.
Yeah.
Finding some of these trailheads are, like outrageous. That's why it took me so long, because I got a blow by blow. Don't give me any of this where you follow the road and when it starts to wind around and you're in the forest. our shuttle business is really taken off. It's either stay there and do the hard work or figure out the shuttle. So I decided I will venture forth.
I think you made the right call. Are you the owner?
Well, yeah, my husband passed away about a month ago. 21 years we'd been married, and we'd been doing this for 14. It's a big change because all of a sudden, you know, the hikers are here, and you gotta make hay when the sun shines.
I will say your breakfast is what attracted me. It's known as the best breakfast on the Appalachian Trail, far and wide.
What happened was the hikers started coming, and you know, they've got appetites. I figured out that they needed, you know, color, they needed fruit, they needed stuff they don't get out on the trail.
Ever.
Because they don't make good reservations at all. You don't know until the night before how many you're feeding. Like I call it the out-of-dish program. 4 more hikers, another dish. 4 more hikers.
Smart plan.
Hot chocolate, coffee, lemonade, and sweet tea, water.
You come up here every day?
Quite often. I do 4 or 5 days a week.
Wow. What a beautiful setting for it.
Yeah. Welcome. Brownies, banana bread.
Oh, sure, thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Trail magic is for everyone. Hikers, bikers, section hikers, day hikers. I provide it. Well, God provides it. I just distribute it.
I am officially hiking the Appalachian Trail, and it's a gorgeous day with weather building up on the western horizon. This was Indian Grave Gap, some near permanent trail magic. Very pleasant right now. Pack is very heavy, full of everything. Let the fun begin. Well, I've reached my first significant milestone, U.S. Forest Service 230, which is what that is. What is significant about that, you ask? That's the end of my first page of the guidebook. It's been all uphill from Indian Grave Gap. Not huge, probably 400 feet elevation change with more to go. I won't know how much more to go until I look at the next page of the guidebook. Heading up towards Beauty Spot. These folks were all down at Indian Grave Gap when I started. I think that's Beauty Spot in the background. White blaze there. It's been non-stop uphill from that forest road. Pretty much non-stop up from Indian Grave Gap. Guessing this overall is at least a 1,000-foot climb, but good warm up, huh? With super heavy pass, still a little more uphill to go, but I think at the top of this one is Beauty Spot. This is the view from Beauty Spot, appropriately named Beyond AT. Getting ready to climb Unicoi Mountain, 1,000-footer off in the distance there. Well, this is kind of a trip to see. I looked over and there's like cars over there. There is in fact a road that comes up to the top of Beauty Spot. That looks like a relic of days gone by. It's a style to go over a barbed wire fence. There's no barbed wire fence. I believe that is Unicoi Mountain, which is a 1,000-foot climb in 1 mile. And that's steep. My limit for granny gear without having to make frequent stops at this altitude is about 500 feet per mile. So 1,000 feet in a mile. Well, that's what that looks like. So I think that's pretty much just straight up and over the top. Just gotta mentally steel yourself for one more big climb. Probably take an hour. And then that's it for the hard part for day number 1. Let's head over there and get it done. Get ready to go up Unica Mountain. Well, that is Unica Mountain. And that's what we're getting ready to go over.
Oh, I wasn't exactly looking forward to that, but it's alright, it's what it's all about.
This is Unica Mountain. As usual with the camera, I don't think it does justice to how steep it is. I'd say about 1,000 foot per mile. Grade is accurate. And As expected, that's a little beyond my ability to handle it without stopping. I've been in granite gear and to catch my breath every once in a while. There's the terrain. It gives you an idea a little better. So, what are you listening to? All right. A little idea of the terrain. I always have that, whatever it is. I'll have to look that up. Old man syndrome. I don't know what it is. Stop laughing at me out there. Well, the guidebook says at the top of Unica Mountain is a dense spruce forest. That looks like a dense spruce forest, which hopefully means almost the end of that climb. I've done a little bit of hiking this season, but this is my intro to real hiking. Kind of graduated to the graduate course right away there. So I think we're nearing the top of Unica, and then it's downhill a little over 3 miles down to the shelter. That was an ass whipper climb. Unica will ever be seared into my memory. On the downhill now, boy does my outlook on life improve when I'm going on the downhill. Very pleasant setting, very cool and shady right now. Feels good. Ooh. But it ain't easy hiking. There's the train going down there. Well, that's a sight for sore eyes. I think it's Charity Creek Gap Shelter. That was a hard day, and I did not handle my water situation very well. I should have really cameled up before going up to Unica Mountain because I am dehydrated as hell and there's been no water. My first experience on AT shelter. Have to decide if I want to stay in the shelter or set up my tent.
Climb was a bitch, huh?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't handle the water very well either. I should have tanked up at the top of that before we went up the mountain. I'm kind of thirsty.
This is water right down here. Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
About to go down there in a minute.
I've been debating on it all day. I had a really late start today, so I'm like, I shouldn't stop. I'll just get sucked in and want to drink more beer.
Check the radar.
It's always bad news. Even if
Doesn't matter if you know, huh? I've never stayed in a shelter.
Well, that's like just staying in the shelter itself.
Yeah.
Just get there as soon as you can and throw your shit up before someone else takes your stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You know, you can have a little bit of stuff around you.
Usually if you just put your pad down,
Yeah.
that's all you really need to do.
Alright. Have the shelter's been pretty full?
Sometimes, yeah.
This one probably will get full.
Yeah?
Yeah,
so
so
small.
we've got more people coming through.
Is this pretty typical in terms of age of shelters and everything, or?
It's different everywhere. Some of them are like log cabin style, and this one's made out of brick.
1974. About that old typically?
That's
Give or take, that's about, you know, I know a lot of them were made in the 80s. Some of them were more recent.
everybody got the weather report.
Last I heard, it's supposed to be 50%.
50% chance of rain.
All day, pretty much.
I think it's supposed to get better after tomorrow.
Which is terrible.
I feel like anytime I'm like hiking with somebody and I'm in front, that's when I have to fart.
My hiking partner who I
Like-
came out here with
like
would be
fight.
like, he's like, oh man, I've been so gassy all day, and I'm like, yeah, I fucking know, I'm walking behind you, dude.
That, like, I just don't smell it anymore.
Take your cap off and it smells like Velveeta. Like, then
Yes.
I'm not too worried about my farts anymore.
You get clean when you do your load of laundry, and you kind of forget about your laundry, and you come back to it, and even though you washed it, it fucking reeks, and you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You have to wash your clothes 3 times, or maybe you just throw them out, and then you like smell the washers like fucking gross.
I hate that. When you get to a hostel and somebody's like, oh yeah, I don't want to pay to wash my clothes, so I'm just going to throw them in the dryer and dry them off.
Oh. What's the lightsaber for?
Mostly for fun. I tell people it's for bear protection.
Have you seen any bears?
No.
That's because they're afraid of your lightsaber.
Yeah.
What's strapped on the back of your pack?
Bivy sack with a sleeping bag.
Okay.
My base weight is really heavy, and I think it's just because my backpack weighs like fucking like 6 pounds. Like if I had a lightweight backpack, my base weight would be like fucking nothing. Like all of my items weigh less than 2 ounces, except for like my fuel canister.
And your lightsaber.
No, that thing weighs 2 ounces too. I weighed it.
It's an ultralight lightsaber.
It is, dude. I wouldn't have been carrying it otherwise. Dude, I was better at night, but like. And then like when you like hit stuff. That's right.
Everybody smokes out here, so.
I noticed that. Yeah, it kind of surprised me because it was like you wouldn't think it doesn't fit together, but it's like every place I've stopped.
I've talked to a few people that actually said they didn't start smoking
until they got on there.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised me. I just seen like every time I stop or see people, it's like they're smoking. It just doesn't seem to fit.
Sometimes in the morning, the first climb is a pain in the ass, but then like once you get the blood flowing.
Oh yeah, you guys got to be
those loogies and you're good to go.
So how far are you gonna go?
Just 4 more miles.
Oh, that campsite?
Yeah. I like the end of the day walking when you can like stroll. You know, you're like,
take
oh, I
your
already
time.
made it. Got water.
See ya.
Bye, see ya.
Alright, these bugs. I gotta start walking. Alright, trail name's Stones. This is Sticks.
Hi, Sticks. Sticks and Stones. That's pretty good.
It's Whit and Kyle Nobo. 2016 blog. .wordpress.com.
Wow.
I didn't get it. I had to pay for it if I wanted
Yeah.
to short it. And I
I'll
wanted to
find
pay
it.
for so,
I'll
but
find
yeah.
it.
Is it the 20?
It is the 20. Is it the 27th or the 28th?
I guess 20. I have no idea.
I think it's
That's bad. You liking it?
so far so good. It's got its ups and downs.
You put a face in it.
I wanted night hiking. I didn't have my headlamp, so I traded in my snake. But I missed my snake already.
So are you through hiking?
Yep.
And when'd you start?
Did the approach on March 25th. I mean, the bubble's a little off right now because of that fire in Hot Springs.
What's your story on why you're doing it now?
Oh, my current midlife crisis. All long and short was I was employed, then suddenly became unemployed. Kids are growing up, so they're out of the house and stuff like that. Seemed like the opportune chance. Always wanted to do something like it. I'll only get the chance once.
Trying to make a movie, you know, just...
Oh, about the wildlife?
Well, no, about...
The
Yeah, exactly. You got. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what I'm trying to make a movie about.
Yeah, I haven't met anyone that isn't willing to share something with you. Someone don't even know, just met 5 seconds ago, offer you up a beer. And it's all walks of life.
You from Germany?
Yep.
There's a lot of Germans out here.
Yeah, I
And
know. I
Australians.
know.
I've actually met a lot of people from different countries out here.
South Africa, Germany, England,
quite a few
Australia.
from England, Finland.
Dinner is wrapping up here. One of the reasons it's wrapping up is you get weather moving in. Well, it was definitely a all hands on deck, bail to your quarters thing. A little bit of a thunderstorm rolling in, so if it gets a little more entertaining, I'll pull the camera out again. I think this is the point at which Bill Murray and Caddyshack would say, I don't think the heavy stuff's going to be coming down for quite some time now. I think the storms have pretty much started to move by, at least that round. I laid my head down like this, and it was pretty darn comfortable with the sound of the rain on the Cuban fiber. Pretty soothing. End of day number 1 on the Appalachian Trail. A long, hard day for me. More to come later, but right now I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Talking real quiet because everybody's in bed. Cherry Gap Shelter on the Appalachian Trail. 8 o'clock. Oh, dark 30. Hiker time. Storm is getting ready to move over the top of us here. Getting a little bit closer. It's the morning of day number 3 of the trip. Trail day number 2. Wow, what a night. Kept wanting to film it as the storms rolled through, just one after another. Probably got a clip or two I probably included in here, but surprisingly I got a decent amount of sleep, even with all the storms pretty much non-stop. I think there was a little bit of hail, lots of winds on occasion as the storms would roll through, and tons and tons and tons of rain. I had scheduled about a 9-mile day today, but that would make for about a 15-mile day the next day with going over Roan Mountain. So what I may end up doing is, if I make today a 15-mile day, I get to a campsite, but it looks marginal on water. Head up to the shelter here in a little bit, get some coffee, see what's going on up there, some breakfast. Excited for day number 2. Survived the night. I'm excited about that too. Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Great way to start your first morning on the Appalachian Trail. Well, I'm rolling on day number 2. Not sure this is either going to be a 9-mile day or about a 15-mile a day. I'm trying to make it a 15-mile day, so hopefully I'll take a little better care of myself today than I did yesterday. Beautiful day so far after the storms last night. I'm heading southbound. Got about, I guess, is a quarter mile up the trail and realized that my hands were empty. I left my trekking poles against the tree back there. I get a little bonus half-mile for today. The beauty of it is, at least I remembered it after a quarter of a mile instead of about 2 miles. Good start, huh? You bad trekking poles. I guess it's not their fault. Time to regroup, pretend that never happened, and start over again. This is pretty typical. It's like beautiful scenery out there. I know you got to look at it through the trees, but so do I. I talk about the AT being the big green tunnel. Spectacular view. I'm up on top of everything here, but this is what you're always in. Every once in a while, like beauty spot, you come out on top and you get this fantastic view, but they're few and far between. Most of what you're hiking in is this stuff. Early spring even. In summer, you could imagine this would just be, you wouldn't see anything. Well, this has been a long, brutal climb right after the shelter. I'm still climbing. Just keeps going up. I think I'm nearing the top of it though. Good way to get your heart beating in the morning. This is a little better view of the view. I'm on top of the world up here. Almost at the top of my climb. Just kind of looked up ahead up the trail and saw something look funny. There's a car.
Yeah, I'm originally from Ohio, but I have a little place just down the road here, and then I go back to Florida in the wintertime.
Well, it's really nice of you to come up here and do this.
You got enough coffee?
Oh, I do. No, this is perfect. And it's just the way I like it, too. Hey, how you doing?
Jackpot. Finished the last one, too.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Take a second. We got her a ride to the bed and breakfast.
Yes. Iron Mountain Gap. That's where it came from. And you see the white blazes on the other side of the road. I think we're going up that way. Oh, we've been going downhill for a while. Now we got about a 500-foot climb back up. Not many flat sections on the AT. That's where we're going. Well, that's where we came. That's the climb out of Iron Mountain Gap. Kind of hard to see through the trees, but yeah, way back in the clouds is Roan Mountain. Nice views up here. Yeah, way back there in the distance is Roan's. What I found out about the Appalachian Trail is find any high spot you want and that's where the trail's gonna go. They seem to want to send it up to the highest possible spot and then back down the other side, and so those high spots over there, that's probably exactly what we're gonna go. This is what we're hiking in. There's Roan in the distance. It's actually the official water source for Greasy Creek Gap. And I'm out of water again. Not handling my water management very well. I keep getting really low and really thirsty, and then I'm not passing them up anymore. Well, I'm gonna camel up and then fill up all my water. I'm a little less than 2 miles from the shelter where I was gonna stay, but I think I'll stop there, grab some lunch, and then get a few miles in up Roan. Well, otherwise tomorrow would be like a 15-mile day over to Overmountain Shelter, up and over Roan, and a bunch of other climbs, which would probably be a little rough. So I'm still debating exactly what to do, but get cameled up here and figure it out once I get going. Oh, am I glad to see you. That's the shelter. You can see it through there. I'm ready for a break. This is where I was originally planning to end the day. Now I think I'm gonna head on a little bit, take a break here at the shelter, get some lunch, and see where I'm gonna try to head for the day. And that's the Clyde Smith shelter. That is a beautiful sight right now.
What do you think of that hike?
Oh, it was beautiful. Good exercise. Glad to be here.
That's an understatement.
Glad to be here.
Saying, I don't know if you look at the book, but there's also, if you don't make it Roan, there's Low Gap.
Yeah, I saw that, but
Ash Gap.
But it didn't look like there was much. I was worried about water there. Shelter logs.
There you go. Bug juice.
GoBugJuice.com.
That's a great idea.
My girlfriend, she drew it, and it's like, oh.
Oh, got it made? That's cool.
Yeah, it's just literally scanning it in.
I do what I was
Mechanical
really
injuries.
concerned about is falling, breaking something. But I finally, once I got up north, I thought, well, how bad can a break be? I mean, if it's not your leg, they put it in a cast, you lose a week.
Well, hopefully it's just an arm.
Yeah, and then you go on.
Well, you know how I've been saying that in the distance you see all of these views, but you can't ever really see them. Now you can see them. Look at this. Unbelievable. Spectacular. This is Hughes Gap. That's where I came from. That's where I'm going, up that hill. Water is a little bit of an issue again. Looked like there were a couple solid water sources, and neither one of them I found or saw. It says 4/10 of a mile up the hill. There's theoretically a reliable source 50 yards to the east, but I am completely out of water now. If I find this water in 4/10 of a mile, then I'll load up there and just start looking for a camping spot. About 4 miles, I think, and 2,500 feet or so to Roan Mountain. I'm not going to get that far tonight, but hopefully get some water and find a camp spot and call it a day. Well, the water crisis has been averted. It's hardly coming out, but I'll tell you what, that's just a miracle to me. I refilled all the water. It took forever for the Sawyer bladder to fill all the way up. The grade's not too bad on the trail, so I'm going to keep going. Now I've got plenty of water, so see how much of the climb I can get going on before the day's done. I was very pleased to find this little guy. Not beautiful? Beautiful. Some pretty wildflowers. Doing the climb up Roan, counting the seconds, hopefully, for the downhill to Ash Gap. I've just been going up nonstop. The last half mile or so is downhill, so I keep waiting. It was 2.6 miles from where I filled up with water to Ash Gap, and it seems like it's been 6 already. My pack is just killing me. My legs are gone. I just got no energy left. I'm just gonna keep going. There's been no campsites anyways, so I'm kind of committed. Roan Mountain, memorable climb. I am finally on the downhill to Ash Gap. They, like they do on the AT, as you find out when you hike it, they run it over the highest possible point. So they couldn't have run it one boulder lower than the highest point. There was a rock and it went right over the top. And I'm like looking around and it's like this pinnacle of this mountain. They couldn't have skirted it around or anything. But they say, look around, look for the highest point. That's where the trail is gonna go. I'm heading down now. I made it, or almost. I have knocked off at least half of the climb up to Roan tomorrow and a whole bunch of miles over to Overmount. It's gonna make for a much more pleasant day tomorrow. Well, made it to Ash Gap. My pack explosion. Got the cheddar cheese spread rehydrating. The original container had a leak in it, so I had to improvise. This is the Ash Gap camping area. You can't really tell, but campsite there and another one there and a couple of them back there and back over in there. So it's just relaxing. Have a little bit of adult beverage here to decompress. I've had some Endurox R4, the greatest invention known to man. Some Advil, the second greatest invention known to man. Great day. I mean, I feel really good that I made it this far. It's 15.7 trail miles, plus at least an extra mile for losing my trekking poles and other stuff. Long ass day. 45,000 steps on my Fitbit. And we're about halfway up Roan. Bonus. And I knocked off probably 5 miles from the shelter where I was gonna stay for the day tomorrow. So that'll make for a lot more pleasant day tomorrow. It's gonna be a beautiful night. They got a fire going, so very nice.
The cops rolled up on him and said that he was begging for money or something throughout Hot Springs or something like that. The lawyer and this kid pops out, he's spouting, that's defamation and blah, blah, blah.
There is a conspiracy theory, though, about the Hot Springs fire. This dude, Giraffe, and his buddy Sinatra were being real, belligerent and obnoxious and drunk. They just got, inebriated and were causing trouble, and Miss Janet actually, yelled at him. But that night, he got busted with an ounce of pot, and he got out the next day, but he was, complaining and bitching about it, and he's like, I'm gonna burn this f***ing place to the ground.
Is the trail actually closed from the fire?
Still closed.
Really?
Well, that's what we heard yesterday.
How much is the trail?
15 miles.
15 miles.
From Hot Springs to Allen Gap.
So you could see the fire.
Mom's
was really
creepy.
obvious.
Oh, it was insane. During the day, there were helicopters coming every
dropping water,
minute and a half, dropping water on. I mean, the tops of the trees were in
so
flames,
you
40
feet
feet
you
high.
could see it in there?
Oh yeah. And then once it got dark, we all came out of the tavern and turned
yeah.
around and looked at Mordor, and it was just insane.
Wow.
It was yeah. I'm gonna finish this up and do Mountain to Sea and maybe the Benton Mackay this winter.
Yeah.
And then do the PCT next year and then CDT. I'm taking 3-4 years off.
I was gonna say, do you got a job?
I had a
or
job.
Are you just independently wealthy?
I had a job. I worked very, very hard.
Oh, okay.
For many years and decided to take
That's
it.
pretty sweet, dude.
That's my dream.
That's awesome.
Planning, but
Yeah, somehow though he was still
Who's this? Guy named Waterbug. Yeah, very intense guy. Very hyper. No sense of personal space.
He's kind of a lunatic.
Yeah, he's a lunatic.
I mean, the majority of the time you see him, he's walking around just in his underwear.
Yeah, he went to a Mexican restaurant and went out to eat with everybody in his underwear.
I thought they were shorts at first.
No.
But he's kind of crazy though, because he'll do a 30-mile day and then just chill.
Has there been any flat?
No. None.
Well, I like the way before you came to the downhill over here, they sent you over the highest rock. They couldn't just route you around that little last section. I've gotten to the point if there's a higher point, I know that's where the trail's going.
I don't mind it so much if it's a high point and you get up there and you can see something. It's just when you get up to a high point and then you're surrounded by trees and rocks and you can't see anything anyway. It's like, why did you bring me here?
Hiked with them at the very start and I've been trying to slow down and
bedtime. beautiful. This is the morning of day number 4 of the trip, day 3 on the trail. It's pretty darn chilly. It was last night, just on the edge. It was warm, but just on the edge of the uncomfortable because everything's kind of damp. I'm sore. That was a long ass day yesterday, but so glad I did it. 2 miles up to the top of Roan and then pretty much downhill all the way to the Mountain Harbor bed and breakfast where my car is. Well, here's the scene at Ash Gap. This is what it looks like. Not a bad sunrise in the morning. This is our little complex of camp tents. And then you can see one off in the distance there. Look at that. It's cold, but it's beautiful. This right here heads up to Roan. About another 2 miles at that grade. 1 mile an hour, 2 miles, 2 hours. Oh, never gets old. Especially on a cold, damp morning at Ash Gap on the AT. I'm hiking on day number 3. Just pulling out of Ash Gap, starting the final stretch up to Roan, and then kind of downhill all the way to the car from there with a few little ups and downs in between. That'll give you a better perspective. We're going up. Figured I'd show you the guidebook everybody uses out here. This is AWOL's guidebook, and that little dip right there is Ash Gap, and this is the top of Roan Mountain at 6,212 feet. And the one thing I can tell you for certain, it looks a lot easier on paper when you're sitting at home in Indiana looking at it on your dining room table than it does when you're out here actually climbing it. There's Over Mountain Shelter, and you can see the rest of the day after the top of Roan is primarily downhill. I'm not sure how close I am to the top of Roan, but this is what it starts looking like. Probably within a half mile, maybe a little further than that. I've been hiking about 45 minutes. It's been pretty much like this. That gives you a little better idea of the terrain. And it is cold. The top of Roan's at 6,200 and change. I'm sure the dead kitty's probably killing the wind noise, but it is really windy too. My body's like a furnace right now, so I'm okay. But next stop, top of Roan. What I noticed about this, there doesn't appear to be anything higher. I may just be on the top of Roan Mountain. There's no neon flashing signs, or I guess that is sort of neon flashing signs. I think I'm at the top. Didn't take me nearly as long as I thought. This is classic Appalachian Trail. It's like not much of a view. We're at the top of the world. The second highest peak on the Appalachian Trail. You can't really even see anything. Oh well, it's beautiful though. The Cloudland Hotel used to be right there. Kind of hard to imagine, isn't it? Well, this caught my attention. There's a road to the top, and those are bathrooms with wastebaskets and running water and toilets. Well, you gotta open it now, don't you? No! Oh man. He was right. I almost hurled. What this camera doesn't do is smell. It needs smell-o-vision for that, but that was, man oh man, they were right. I shouldn't have opened the door. It isn't often when you're backpacking that you get to do this. A few other people had the same idea. Huh? Doesn't open till Memorial Day apparently, except that one stall was open, and I don't think anybody wants to go in there. This is Roan Highlands shelter. I paid the price coming up here to it. It was up a Blue Blaze Trail. It was like straight up a steep hill. That's the kind of hill that makes a 1/10 of a mile seem more like a half a mile. Had to come up, couldn't pass it over. I'm out here to get this stuff. It's really dark in here, but here's the inside of the shelter, and oh, this is the second floor. Pretty cool, pretty dark. That's the Blue Blaze Trail up to the shelter, and that's what it looks like the whole way. The trail sort of become a stream. This is what the trail's like all the way past the shelter. It's like they took all the rocks out of the woods and they piled them on the trail. No! You know how they say it's almost impossible to get lost on the AT? I got lost on the AT. See this little caution thing here? Then Nobo, watch for AT turning west off the wide treadway. Well, this is the wide treadway. I don't know how far I went past it, probably at least, could be a mile. I got down to this road and I assumed it was Carter's Gap. There's supposed to be a parking lot and everything, and then I'm looking around and there's like nothing. And then it's like, when's the last time I saw a blaze? So you're down looking at your feet and missed a turn. I'm sure that road probably goes right down to where I'm going, but I don't know where it is. I don't want to go the wrong way, so I guess I'll go back and find the blaze. Oh, thank the Lord. I was talking just about 50 yards down there, so the road's about 100 yards down there. The turnoff that I missed. Here's the wide tread path they're talking about. I was coming down this way and walked right over all those logs people had stacked up because I was just kind of in the zone. If you're ever hiking here, pay attention to that one. Pay attention to your guidebook. Read ahead. Can't tell you how many times I've screwed up by not doing that already. I made it to Carver's Gap. Well, here's the view. The scene. Carver's Gap. AT sign on the other side. That's what we came down from. That's Roan Mountain. It's up for a little while from here. Heading up a few balds here, so there should be some good views and some good pictures. This is Carver's Gap parking lot. This is the road up to Roan Mountain. And that's Roan Mountain. That's what I just came down. That's what I'm going up. Really is just a few hundred vertical feet. Quite sure the view up at the top of the bald, I'm not quite up there, will be every bit as spectacular. I didn't want to pass this up just in case. This is the view from the top of the bald. 360 panorama. Speed it up a little. There's Apple Cheeks. And Roan Mountain. Dead kitty's probably knocking the wind down, but they're probably 30 miles an hour and cold. I'm gonna put my wind jacket back on here. I think that's the next one we're going over. We'll go down this little saddle and then up that one. You can see forever from up here. It's beautiful. Cold, but beautiful. I think we're heading up to the top of that one, way off in the distance. Give you some perspective here on different people. With the guy who just passed me down there. This gives you a little perspective, maybe, on how steep it is up to this next bald. It's just brutal. Little perspective on the view here. There's that last bald we were on, but man, what a view. That's a good look. Well, this is the Stan Murray shelter. It's about 2 miles from Over Mountain. And the AT comes from up there, way up there. It's been downhill the whole time. Here's the inside of the shelter.
Pretty simple, pretty basic. It's interesting. The thru hikers are sitting, they gather behind the shelter. The day hikers are out here. It's interesting social element. It's all been like just section hiker. Just Carver Gap back there. It makes for a real simple, short, less than 20-mile trip. It's a traffic jam on the Appalachian Trail. Seen over mountain shelter. Definitely a room with a view. Another angle of the shelter here. The view. Just like to just sit and look out. 45. Holy smokes. Lot of space.
What am I going to do? I'll tie the sleeves around my waist, which was a stupid idea, come to find out, because they untied.
So you lost it?
Yeah, I lost it. Yeah, I never even felt it come off. I was going on up the trail, like, who knows how far. Somebody's going to be walking down the trail and be like,
there's my jack.
The trail provides. Look at that, I got a jack. I think I'm going to trudge up this damn hill. God, it's so nice here, though, man. It's such an awesome breeze and everything.
I'll show you where the trail heads here.
They have nuts. Mountains don't.
They're on the trail. Fun thing to look forward to in the morning.
I was on the trail, she's like, I'll just send you one in the mail drop. I'm like, alright. I don't care what's on there as long as it's music. Honestly, you kind of bored out there without it.
It's the party scene outside Over Mountain on the little tenting area. People just hanging out, looking at the view. It's absolutely beautiful. Weather's spectacular.
I heard that you don't buy beer, you buy a sticker and it comes with a beer.
Yes, you do. You buy
What?
a smiley face sticker.
What?
No, she was nice
Cake
enough.
frosting?
But
You look like you're really enjoying it.
Yeah, you asked that question, she's smart.
Like, what is it? Oh, that's like
I had
frosting.
it for breakfast, and now I'm gonna have some for dinner.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. Hey girl, she gave it to me. I've been talking about it for like 2 hours straight. Yeah, I always cook over fire, so I don't have really a time constraint like they do, because they're wasting fuel the whole time.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna make sure you get up early, take a shit. Just so I can watch the sun. Shipping wise.
Shipping wise, it costs a little
Yeah,
more.
you know what the old man does to me? Magic stops me from eating my food sometimes, and it's like now I'm stuck carrying it around. Cliff bars, power bars, organic oats and chocolate, peanut butter, granola bars. I have literally 12 pounds of just bars alone, and just the more mint you put in it, the quicker it's gonna, you know.
I never made the tea with that sort.
Did you want some mint too?
Smells kind of like eucalyptus almost.
Yeah. Always look for the square stems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, don't your feet get a little sore?
Throw it out.
Just from like
Yeah.
walking, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no,
It's not like
comfortable,
you're tired. It's just like your feet just
but it's
like
it's naturally
they kind of get
lightweight
annoyed
and
from
not-
like stepping on things.
It doesn't like restrict your movement at all.
Are they natural onions?
Yeah, and it's like
Cool.
yeah, here, come get one. Dude,
Sure.
we're literally.
Where'd you get those? You just got
bite
those
it.
here?
Just bite
There's
it.
a ton of them.
Yeah, they've been getting
coming
passed around
northbound?
at almost every.
Yeah.
And then this
Yeah,
is
thanks,
this.
man.
You like experiment? Get a whiff of this. For a fire that night, and someone said you're the gatherer, so.
Well, you just keep gathering stuff up, man.
And we'll keep it next.
I'm like so jealous of all those people with the blow up pads
Why?
because they look so comfortable.
No.
Oh. Tragic, right?
Save the dog.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
dude. It's still good.
Even
Just, don't watch it.
Put some
It's got
ash on it.
casing
Ash
on it.
is
It's like
like
Yeah, okay, if you burn it a little more, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where are you hiking
Night.
Yeah,
Right here. Top of the mountain. It's got a pretty log.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's open up. And I don't think I had one of those the day before. It's 12.
Morning of day number 4. scene. Everybody just getting going. Don't necessarily think too highly of them usually, but Over Mountain actually has a privy. It's a privy with sort of a view. Tennessee is known on the trail as being the state with no privies, and this is actually the first one I've had in places we've been. As much as you wouldn't think much of it, it's kind of a nice luxury when you do have one. It just makes things a lot easier. There's Over Mountain camp. The camping area is just on the other side, and this is the view we have. And then up yonder, where it's getting bright in the sky, is the climb that we start with today, all along that ridge line. Little Hump Mountain, and then down all the way to US 19E. 2-mile hike to the west, and there's Mountain Harbor Hostel. So that's pretty much our day for the day. View of Mountain. Everybody just getting going. Breakfast view. Not so bad. View out now that the sun's come out. Oh, spectacular. Drying the ground cloth. Well, this is, before you even get to the trail, this is what you get to do coming out of Over Mountain. This is the approach trail up to the trail. The camera doesn't do it justice, but this is the climb up Little Hump. Hump Mountain. Not a bad view. That's the next climb. They make it real visible for you. Absolutely spectacular up here though. Look at this. It's beautiful. Start of the climb to Hump Mountain. A little windy. This is Bradley Gap. Sign's right here. So that's the start of the climb. A lot steeper than it looks. Here's the view at the top of Hump Mountain. A little windy. I don't know if you can tell from the fur dead kitten, but it is about 40-mile-an-hour winds. I wish I would have gotten the camera out when I tried to put my wind jacket. All downhill to the car from here. That's where we came from. That's the way down to the car. Give you perspective. Made it to 19.
Which car is yours? Truck right here? Right.
2/10 of a mile down that way to my car. I can taste it. I'm ahead on it. It's been a long 4 days, but made it back to the car. In this particular case, I still got a night of relaxation and enjoying the Mountain Harbor Hostel. But I made it back. Good feeling. Appalachian Trail. Still got a little to go, but the hiking part's over.
Dude.
Really?
They're gonna pick that
If
one
it
and
fits,
go,
it
"What?"
ships, huh?
Yeah, someone's gonna
I thought you were kidding, man. The post office is gonna hate you.
That'd be alright. She's gonna be so excited.
God, it was so windy up there.
Yeah.
Like,
And I sat there and waited all day for it to rain, and it finally rained. But I could.
Oh, my puppy. You see the camera? You see the little dead? No, you don't chew on my dead. No, that's all right.
It's
That is a dog. that loves his owner, and vice versa.
I've gotten a lot of trail magic, so I'm trying to keep track of like when I get trail magic so I can put it in a journal.
Yeah, so it's a bunch of thru hikers were taken down to eat dinner, heading into Bob's Dairyland with a bunch of thru hikers. This should be scary.
Small fry, coleslaw,
Salad to cut the calories and a healthy option.
Can I get that as a double cheeseburger? Part of it with an extra patty on it?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That's a hard healthy option before all the other stuff comes out. the food movement.
So good.
That's the holy cow.
Holy cow burger.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
All I can say is I have a remarkable sense of good luck, I guess, and timing, because it's the first rain during the daytime that we've had the entire trip, and it's supposed to keep raining for like the next 5 days. I'm shuttling people back and forth through the town, a little tiny town of Roan Mountain. There was a group in there already eating that didn't have a ride back, and told them it was like 2 miles to the hostel, and it's like, oh god. I'm heading back to try to make their life a little bit easier. Weather has deteriorated a little bit at the hostel. Just need some B shots.
Exactly.
The view in the hostel.
It's something from Lord of the Rings. Findle, something. Glorfindel? Glorfindel is her trail name. But her hair is in a one long braid and she sits on it.
How'd you get Nacho's mask?
Nacho left it for me because he loves me.
Yeah, pretty cool dude.
So he left that here. He was the first one in. Went to REI January 1st. Got on the trail. Got all new gear. Never hiked a day in his life from Florida. And he left me his mask.
Started January 1st.
He got to Katahdin and he hiked up on a rainy day.
Yeah.
And then he hiked back down. The next day was a nice day, so he hiked up again.
It's a crazy guy.
He's a cool dude.
Let's see. We're in day number 5 heading home today. It's raining. Rainy morning, Mountain Harbor. Well, this is the new tree house at Mountain Harbor. And the last 3 people who came in last night, they have a ride back from town, actually are staying in there right now. Getting ready to head over for the breakfast. Just wanted to get a shot of the treehouse, new treehouse at Mountain Harbor. Preparation for the best breakfast on the AT. Coffee's looking pretty good right now.
Nice and steamy.
This is the standard thru hiker coffee bar here. That's kind of a luxury.
It looks like we're in for a week of rain. This will be fairly warm.
Rain from Miami to Manhattan.
It doesn't look so good.
Make it to Maine without getting wet.
No, it's for sure.
Oh, man. Whoa, that's good.
There. And you don't call it chocolate, so the tea is in the box.
Oh, there's my local paper.
Oh, no, that looks good.
And of course, this is butter. We don't do the fake
This
stuff.
is South.
This is
No
butter.
fake butter here.
No. And this is real gravy. No packaged stuff for you guys.
Boy, that hiker shoe sure tastes good.
Getting closer.
Anticipation.
Oh, this is torture. Torture.
Fresh blueberries in the pancakes.
Breakfast
caramelized
is
onion,
served.
egg
My mouth is watering.
we have that breakfast sausage and an andouille sausage. A little spicy. Fresh fruit, roasted tomatoes, basil, and mozzarella on puff pastry. And our cinnamon rolls and our oat milk.
Everybody taking pictures.
So please come up and get it while it's hot.
Thank you very
Enjoy.
much.
Thank you.
Great job.
missed the breakfast here.
Oh, really?
And they're like, well, we're here, so we'll miss it.
It's all sunshine. Right.
Ooh, that is good. I don't know what that is, but that's good.
That's roasted tomatoes with mozzarella on puff pastry.
It's got the fresh basil on it too.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is that look when I showed up here on Wednesday and I was watching everybody come out of breakfast before the shuttle. This is the look. Best breakfast on the AT, I'd have to say without a doubt, and certainly the most love and labor that goes into it. Man, Mountain Harbor Hostel, best breakfast on the AT without question. Incredible. So that's it. It wraps up a incredible 4 days on the AT. Kind of just a little appetizer compared to the 3-course meal these guys are all getting. Incredible 4 days. I got extremely lucky on weather. It looks like the next 4 days pretty wet and rainy, nasty. But these guys, they hike in it no matter what. They have no choice if they want to get to Maine. It's kind of been a bucket list thing to do the AT, and 4 days out here was next best thing right now. I got to experience the people, some beautiful, beautiful section of the trail, Roan Highlands. Understand what it's like in the shelters, the nightlife, the social life, the trail itself, the difficulty of the trail can't be underestimated. Absolute incredible experience. Appalachian Trail, April 2016. Great hike, great experience, great people. Loved it.